Hello. Camera. Hello, camera. You're just a camera. And I'm a fucking fraud. A fraud who's trying really hard. I don't even know why I'm recording myself. It feels like the eye, the God perspective upon me. It feels like her. I'm brokenhearted because I fucked up with a girl. Yeah. I've been trying to be an author about how to exist and how to be happy and wise and free. Is anybody qualified to do that? I'd sure like to meet one of them. All I know is that I struggle like a motherfucker. But when I have really high highs, I have really high highs. Sometimes I've felt like I've met God. I don't fucking know. Very low lows. My heart almost physically stopped at work the other day. I couldn't feel my arms and legs. That was fun. I've always wondered why people talk to a camera. But it does feel good. You can be very real. No one's really there, you're just by yourself. But the camera's there, and it's like another person. And the idea that somebody might watch it at some point makes that kind of cemented, like it's a person, it's maybe a lot of people. It fucked up with this girl because I was out of flow. I've been trying to get back into flow. I got scared. Very scared. It seemed so perfect with her. And part of the fear was for me. And a lot of the fear had to do with my writing. Because, you know, like I said earlier, who's qualified to talk about shit? Me? Fuck no. But I'm trying. And I'm going to keep trying. Even if it is pointless. That's my life. That's what I've chosen to do. And I think that's... There's nothing in that that feels toxic or potentially wrong. I could choose to be anything. I'm choosing to be an attempt, a just in case, a what if. If I'm wrong, I'll die a crazy person. So be it. If I'm right, I might spread some health, some love. And if I weren't trying to do it in this way, I would want to do it with my every moment actions. And I do try to do that, and I tried to do that with her. I do try. That's always been very hard for me. I'm an overthinker. I think so much about everything. Anytime I'm in the moment. I mean, here's an example. I told her I loved her, right? That put on a lot of pressure. A couple hangout times later, we were walking. She touched my hand twice, and it was not accidental. And I was like, oh, don't touch her hand, don't hold her hand, like, that's selfish. You just told her you loved her, you need to cool off, you need to cool down. Overthinking. My thinking is a kind of flow, which sucks, because I'm trying to let that flow happen. That's why I'm ranting in front of a camera, instead of breathing. And just feeling. And that's why I'm writing. I think I understand my own craziness, and I think I understand the paradox of thought, the pointlessness of thought, how thought can only point to something, it's not actually the thing. The Tao that can be spoken is not the eternal Tao. And so I'm trying to balance the thought flow with the presentness and the flow of my body away from thought. And that was really hard with another person. I've spent the last 8 years in isolation. A couple of roommates who were friends. And I fucked it up with them too. Although with them, that was hard. If I were perfect, who knows what would have happened. I tried as hard as I could. I was at times too attached, I was at times too detached. Finding the balance is hard. It's all about being loving. But how do you love? That's the trap that people like me can get sucked into. And that's who I'm writing my book for, is people like me. Crazy people. Crazy people. Like my friend, Steven. My best friend from high school. Well, we weren't really friends in high school, but we knew each other in high school. We became best friends in college. And then he went crazy. His dad died and I didn't even call him. I overthought it. I got the urge to call him, and then I got scared. I thought, does he even want to call? Would I want to call? No, I would probably want to be left alone. But I've never been through it, I don't know. And I could have texted him, hey, do you want to talk? But I didn't. I put it on him. I shifted the burden. I said, if he wants to talk, he'll reach out. And he came to visit a couple times, and we talked about it, and it seemed okay. But I could tell he was having a hard time. He was taking like 100 different supplements, doing acupuncture. I mean, all of these are like, supplements are fine, acupuncture's fine. He was going to have people read him like his past lives and shit. Like, okay, fine. A little weirder, but also fine. It's hard to know what is real and what's just an avenue for analysis and a window for discussion. But he just went further and further downhill, eventually dropped totally off the deep end. The last time I talked to him, I feel like I should have punched him in the face. As a loving thing to do. And part of me thinks that I should have totally embraced his madness and accepted it as the truth and just loved him from the inside. And those are the polarities: resistance, acceptance. And there are some studies, some experiments that seem to say that the radical acceptance is the way to go. But when it's your friend and you're in the situation and you're scared for them and you're attached to them and you want to express your truth, which is that you, Stephen, are in need of help, you, Stephen, are wrong, the way that you're going about things is wrong, the way that you're meditating is wrong, how can you let all that go? Especially as a young boy. And I guess that's why I want to write. That's partly why I want to speak to you, Mr. Camera. Is to express these lessons that I've learned so that other young boys might have a chance to love in a more effective way. Because you deserve it. We've been at this for so long on this planet and we still don't know how to do it. So many great teachers, so many great teachings, all needlessly fighting with each other. We haven't come into our own yet. Everybody is suffering. The planet is suffering. And nobody wants to feel it. And the people who do want to feel it are encountering the same problem that I had that day with Steven. Do I punch everybody in the fucking face? Or do I love them and accept the madness and just try to massage it from the inside? And it's so hard. I know for myself, dealing with myself, massaging it from the inside is the way to go. But when this girl who I was so in love with, who I worshipped, broke things off with me, and for damn good reason. That catalyzed me more than maybe a massage would have. Maybe. I don't know. Because I know she's a human, and I hurt her by being scared and avoidant, overthinking, blah blah blah. So her breaking things is just a truth. It's just her truth. It's just the expression of herself. And the fact that it comes across to me as a blow is not her doing. That's my ego. That's my attachment. That's her loving herself. And in doing so, it's loving to me. So it is like a massage from the inside. What feels like something to one person is not what it is to the other person. Everything's relative. This is nice. I wish that society had genuineness built into it, like we have, Mr. Camera. That's what relationships are about. But it used to be what tribes were about, what family was about, what communities were about, what churches were about. I mean, think it's gone like this. At first, it was your everything, your tribe. Those were the only people that existed. Sure, you maybe knew about another tribe that you've heard stories of, and maybe one day they would come and raid your village. Which would suck. That would suck. But it would be nice for all of the human beings that you knew to be intimate with you, all of the ones that existed. And I think maybe the other side, if that's, up here, the all of them being intimate, then the down here whoosh, is an internal revolution within all of us, such that yes, there are so many of us, and no, we don't know each other that well, but we all have that same singular tribe heart. And I think that is what religion has been trying to get us to. And during this age of the shrinking of the tribe, it's hard because every moment is casting off so much, so many people into the gutters because we suck at it. The tribe shrunk to the community shrunk to the church shrunk to the family shrunk to the relationships are right now shrinking to the self, as we're finally realizing that we can't rely on other people to fulfill us. We can't become codependents with other people who just happen to be broken just like us and expect the world to change. That's just validation of mediocrity. Social validation of mediocrity. The social milieu. And I'm grateful for this girl who just broke my heart, because she didn't do that. Okay, I believe in myself. I would have been able to grow. So I wish she had that faith in me. But it's okay. It was my first relationship. And I learned a lot. But I'm not looking for a codependency. I'm looking for a yoga. And the yoga of relationships is hard. Watch the YouTube video, Ram Dass on relationships. 1 hour, 25 minutes. Beautiful. And if everybody did that, relationships would be what they were meant to be. People growing together, closer to that one heart, one mind. But it takes individuals who are willing to feel intensely. And to accept their own insanity, to accept being wrong, to accept being evil, whatever the spectrum of the day is. It used to be sin and evil, and you'd have to accept your sin in order to find the grace of God. Nowadays, it's more about insanity, and maybe 20 years ago it was more about correctness, rightness, scientific, objective reality. Insanity. That, I think, in my opinion, that's the point. That's the touching point. When you embrace your insanity, you are free. Just like when you embrace being wrong, you're free. Or just like when you embrace being sinful, you're free. Humility is a very, very important step. It's the fundamental step. It's step one. You have to get crushed like a bug. In order to have a rebirth. You have to in order to. And at first, we're so conditioned by a crazy society that we have to go unless you're lucky. Some people are born into what used to be called noble families. Families who gave freedom from the very beginning. I mean, the etymology of the word noble comes from the word happy and able, the doers. And yes, it sucks that we were divided like that, but think about how it used to be way before, even before antiquity, before Rome, before the ancient Greeks, before any type of big civilization. Some people, I mean, think about tribes. Some people discovered a way to become elevated, to let go of conditioning, to peer into the depths and discover something new. And to let go of being always the same. And for a long time we thought that's what makes humans different. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you can teach an old human new tricks. Which is very, very beautiful. Listen to your body and let it do what it wants to do. Put yourself in situations that are conducive to growth. I'm sitting here cross-legged because it's good. Not for any other reason. There's some discomfort and pain. But I'm not focused on it and trying to fix it. I'm focused on you, Mr. Camera. And I'm focused on love as it pours through me in the small way that it can, that I'm allowing it to. And naturally, while I'm focused on that, my body is healing and becoming stronger and more open. I'm relaxing with the discomfort. I'm not straining against it. And it disappears. And then my body knows what to do. Of course, now I'm focused on it. That's why in meditation on the breath, you pick a spot, the belly, the nose, and you live with that spot. And whenever your attention drifts away, you positively reinforce. You say, good job, you noticed. I noticed. And it doesn't matter that the attention drifted away. Not one bit. And there's no need to bring the attention back to the breath. As soon as you notice, it's there. You might have some reverberations, some cascades of thoughts, breath, distraction, noticing breath, meta-thought, breath, thought about the meta-thought, breath, reaction, noticing the reaction, breath. But that accordion, it's not something that needs to be forced. It just happens. And the more that you live in the place of that accordion, the more that you sing the accordion song with your body and mind and heart and soul, all of it together as one, the more naturally the spaciousness opens up. This whole video is going to be an accordion, and I'm going to have to end somewhere. I can't end on a perfect note. That's how language works. We try to be here, but language is this. And I say that more spaciousness opens up. And you have to understand that was exactly my trap. The spaciousness. With this girl. And in general, for a while. Because spaciousness and fullness, emptiness and fullness, they seem like opposites. But they're not. Every spectrum of opposites, one seems to go left, one seems to go right, but it's actually a circle. And at the top, they meet and they join in unison. And emptiness is the fountain of fullness, and fullness necessitates emptiness in all of its pores. But if you idolize fullness, or if you idolize emptiness, without synergizing and transcending the concepts, because those are just concepts, and if you lock yourself into a concept, then you're gonna be separated from life, which is non-conceptual. Life is, I mean, look around you. It's there. It's here. There's an experience earlier than the concepts. The brain forms the concepts to help make patterns, to help predict the future and to understand the past. But right now, it's all just one experience, one happening. You should probably not copy my thing. I have a lot of imbalance due to throwing balls. My right side has been, lately, just like cracking all the time, and I'm really tight right now. I haven't been stretching, and I'm involuntarily spasming to like open that up, and it's not very massagey from the inside, or maybe it is, I don't know. It's okay, it doesn't hurt. Spaciousness, fullness, spaciousness, fullness, spaciousness, fullness, spaciousness, fullness. Yeah. I don't know. I hope one day we can all not be trapped in conceptual corners, because that would really free us from the madness of the language world, which dominates us right now. So, for you, camera, who has no concept of language, good job. You're doing great. You're doing great, kid. For the rest of us, I think for this week, maybe I'll do one video a week. I'll try to keep them at 30 minutes. This one was 40. And I'll just do this. I'll get in front of the camera and I'll fucking rant about, I won't plan anything ever. I'll just blah, 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 blah. Who knows? Maybe some people will appreciate that. If not, it'll be nice for me. This has been very therapeutic for me. Of course, I'm saying things that I've already thought about because I'm writing about this. But speaking them is helpful. Feeling God's eye upon me in a very tangible way. Hello. Connects me to the center line that language dances between. Also in a very tangible way. And that's something that I miss from having a community. I had one very briefly. And I ran away because I started to get all these urges to write and to help people and to share the knowledge and wisdom of all the teachers and the center line and the madness and the escape and the blah, 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 and I hurt people, including my dad, and by extension my whole family. So I ran away, and I've been in isolation for a long time. And although I've, in a way, felt the presence of God everywhere, and when I say God, I mean pure subjectivity. I don't know anything about objective reality, and I don't know or care if there is a real existing entity named God who exists. What I do know is that as a subjective consciousness, it is pretty difficult, if not impossible, to escape the ideas of zero and infinity. That's partly what I'm writing my book about. But that's, in a way, the God complex. It's the unknown absolute, the watcher, the source, the beyond self-reflection of universe, infinitesimal, universe, infinite, relatively, who knows? Again, subjectively it's infinite, because to me it's beyond all comprehension in its scale, up or its scale down. But anyways, I felt that a lot, but nice have camera. Hello, camera. See me, be seen. That is real love. Real love is a state where we allow ourselves to be seen by ourselves and by others, and in turn, we offer clear seeing to the world around us. It is a love that heals. That's a quote from Sharon Salzberg from her book Real Love, which I have not read and I don't know who she is. It's a good quote though. Thank you. Take care. Turn off camera. Goodbye.